I'm definitely sure you're going to just enjoy this hour about manifestation. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Quick check here. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. First off, much gratitude to everyone putting this together. Honored and grateful to be here representing Papi. And when it comes to this picture right here, this is not just a picture. This is the next torchbearer in manifestation. So his direct lineage comes from Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, and then him passing the torch to Papí Dinuzzo. So one of the biggest things a part of Papi is paying it forward. So what's so dear to his heart is literally helping our fellow brothers and sisters awaken that untapped creative power and potential within them and remembering who they truly are. So through his entire company and corporations, one thing that changed my life is when I read this in his book, Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. At age 6 years old, he looked into his eyes of his grandparents and his mother, and he saw pure hopelessness. As soon as he saw that, he made a commitment to the higher power, the universal light, and he said, I will do everything within my whole power to never see that hopelessness again. As soon as I heard that, I said, I cannot, I'm enrolled, I follow, let's have some fun, let's share what this means too. So he travels all across the world, teaching people how to manifest anything you can imagine. The health, the wealth, the love, the happiness, the spirituality, the relationships of your dreams. So this picture here is in Nakuru, Kenya. It's so amazing hearing the children when they never heard of manifestation in their first time listening to it. Now, it didn't just start there. So you see that first thing where it says $2 million in debt. 1989, he was left with something unfortunate that happened. His father passed away and left him with $2 million in debt. Now, that alone would sometimes crumble people, right? Now, what happened? He didn't let it affect him. Life happened for him. And he merged into multi-million-dollar companies, taking from his $2,000 first client to managing over $1 billion as well. From owning $0 in real estate to having a multi-million-dollar real estate company. Now, when you think of manifestation, what's great about Papi is he does it in multifacets. So real estate to being an international best-selling book, to having a successful global charity, to managing over $1 billion, that's multifaceted in many of different areas. So he's literally taken this universal laws and simplified it for all of us to wherever you're at to manifest your dreams. So these are just a few of his books. The Manifest Anything You Can Imagine changed my life, like I just mentioned. I'm a strong believer in self-development and taking it to the next level, and that book right there is literally what I'm going to show you, something very powerful here. Who's seen the book on the left side here? Think and Grow Rich? Who's read that? So it's probably credited to making the most millionaires out there and sold over 100 million copies personally, and over 300 million people have read this book. Now, Think and Grow Rich is for the last 100 years, and Manifest Anything You Can Imagine is for the next 100 years. So literally, guys, we all are strong believers in manifestation and using our physiology to really take it to the next level. So what I'd love to encourage us, let's have some fun. Let's bring our hands together real quick. Let's do a slow clap before Papi jumps on stage. And I'm going to ask one more thing. So let's bring our full physiology, and if you can, say Papi, 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 Papi. With further ado, Papí Dinuzzo, please come to the stage. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. I'm going to start off a little bit different to keep the clapping going. If some of you, a little intergenerational, I love music, and hopefully I've met brothers and sisters here from a number of different states across the country. So if you want to clap along with me a little bit, you may recognize this song. Once I get started, I love the enthusiasm. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, something without warning, love, weighs heavy on my mind. But then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day. Namaste, my fellow brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. The spirit in me greets the spirit in you. Thank you so much for having me today. Namaste, the spirit in me greets the spirit in you. I just ask us to start off and think at the beginning. I've had so many wonderful conversations over this weekend with so many wonderful fellow brothers and sisters here. I talk a lot about I'm a human walking, talking pep talk. However much you think you could be loved, I love you more than that. However much talent you think you have, I think you have even more talent. And I always like to start and just think off to set a baseline. If you were to grade yourself, and you'll hear me talk about this, you can go and follow me on social media. I'm all over the place. HWLHRS. Think about your health, your wealth, your happiness, your love, your relationships, your spirituality. And all I do, all Papi does, and all Papi Mindset Coach does is offer you suggestions. That's all I'm here for, is just to offer suggestions. I would just ask you to think about, if you were going to give yourself a grade, as you can recognize, I'm old school. I've been around for 7 decades. Give yourself a grade on your health, physical health, mental wellness. Give yourself a grade on your wealth, any and all things money and finance, credit cards, everything. Love. Are you happy with the love in your life? Happiness, relationship, spirituality. And all I'm here to offer you, my fellow brothers and sisters, is an opportunity, as Adam said, that my grandparents, my Italian grandparents came here from the slums of Naples, Italy. My Polish grandparents who came here from the ghettos of Warsaw, Poland, an opportunity that they did not have. There's been so many glorious conversations with dozens of my fellow brothers and sisters here today that we talked more about the 5D world and meditation and gratitude and how to manifest than my grandparents and parents ever heard in their entire life. So that's how powerful this is. So I ask you to just grade yourself on these grades. You've been here for 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, 80 years or more. What grades would you give yourself? If you have an A+ in every category, then you don't need to listen to Papi. You can take a break, go enjoy some of this beautiful sunshine. But I'm talking to our brothers and sisters on 6 continents. I'm still working on Antarctica. There's not a lot of people in Antarctica. I'm working on that. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Oceania, Australia, etc. And our brothers and sisters are not happy with their grades. And I would suggest to you that we've been on a 3D highway with over 9 out of 10 of our fellow brothers and sisters. 97 out of 100. Ancient Ascended Master Council says, Papi, over 9 out of 10 of your fellow brothers and sisters are getting a failing grade on manifesting the life of their dreams. You have a perfect spirit, perfect spiritual DNA, and a perfect spiritual spark inside you to be able to manifest anything you can imagine. It doesn't have to be these categories I'm talking about. It could be other categories as well. As I said earlier, my fellow brothers and sisters, I only offer suggestions. That's all I do. I come to you from a perspective of 100% spirituality. I don't talk about religion. I stay neutral as to everything. I stay neutral as to government. I stay neutral as to politicians. I stay neutral as to countries. I stay neutral. My goal is to stay neutral to everything that human beings argue about. I want to stay neutral to everything. I come to you from a perspective of 100% spirituality, from pure 100% spiritual. There is perfect, there is pure spirit, power, and energy flowing down into you and through you. Our 8 billion fellow brothers and sisters, 8 billion plus fellow brothers and sisters have this perfect power and spirit and energy flowing down into and through you. And what are you doing that with your life? That's what I'm here. I'm here to shine universal light and awaken this untapped creative power that lives within every one of my fellow brothers and sisters on this planet Earth, and to get you to remember. You came here, my fellow brothers and sisters, to get to remember. When I was listening to the master at the hotel do the breakout session yesterday morning, and he was talking, I could pick up so many words, and the woman was very good who was there to help him. She said, you may not understand all the words that the master's saying, But you will get this into your subconscious mind just as powerfully if you just get in flow with this. And she was very accurate when she said that. And I would hear him say a few words, and I would hear him say meditate. I would hear him say a few words. I'd hear him say love. I'd hear him say a few words. I'd hear him say vibration. I'd hear him say a few words, and I picked up the word frequency. This is the master. We're all talking about the same things. We come to it from a little bit different perspective. Well, my goal today is I've been on Earth for 7 decades, and I want to take what I've learned in 7 decades and compress that and give it to you on a silver platter. I have a 28-day manifesting course, an education course that I'll mention as well. Adam, the big guy, very few people I look up to on Earth. Adam, I look up to him. He's a very tall guy. But Adam can talk to you about that. I would just mention that I have my course discounted more than I've ever discounted my entire life. I have it discounted. It's the price he'll talk to you about. But also I've agreed with Pari to help PSSM Global to share and give PSSM Global 50% of the selling price, 50% of the selling price of the course. So I think it's worth, I literally have millions of dollars invested. I've literally taken everything I learned in my entire life about manifesting law of attraction. It is in those 28 days. I talked to a billionaire. I would talk to them about the same exact information I would talk to any of our brothers and sisters. So that's what's in the 28-day course. It's $297. Again, PSSM Global is getting 1/2 of that. Adam can talk to you about that. He's in charge of all that. I do a buy one, give one. Buy one, give one. To our fellow brothers and sisters, if you do buy it, know that at least one copy of that's going somewhere else. I just got accepted to the Yuva school in India. I worked on this for quite a long time. I was the second person who got invited in after Tony Robbins. A number of you may recognize that name, Tony Robbins. They have over 7,000 schools and over 7 million students in India who I've introduced this class to as well. They're very excited about helping the next generation, and that's what I'm here for, to help the next generation. What I'm talking about today, billionaires, millionaires, CEOs, athletes, you can be an artist, anything on earth. If you pay attention, you'll start to see a common thread here regarding manifesting and the law of attraction. You'll see a common thread. Manifesting is just a fancy word for creating. You all have creative powers within you that are beyond your imagination. You have no idea, and I love all of you dearly, but you have no idea how powerful you are, that you literally have the ability within you to manifest anything you can imagine. Manifesting is a fancy word for creating. You have the ability to create, inside of you, to create anything you could ever imagine. So you came here to create, you came here to co-create. You are an extension. This perfection that's inside of you, it came from somewhere. It came from Source. You're an extension of Source energy. The perfection inside of you is an extension of Source energy. So we're talking about manifesting and law of attraction. Law of attraction is sort of a fancy phrase, but it's pretty simple. Like attracts like. You are a magnet. Just think of yourself that you are a magnet, and what you put out comes back to you. I'll quote a very famous reference here in just a second I think that you recognize. My grandparents never knew about this. They worked in those steel mills of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My Italian grandfather for over 40 years, my Polish grandfather for over 40 years, my dad for 25 years, and he gets a bright idea to buy a restaurant, and then we're working 7 days a week at the restaurant. That was the 3D world. If you want to make more and do better, you got to work 50 hours a week. You got to work 60 hours a week or longer. The sweat of your brow, the ache of your back, that's a 3D world. That is not how we're meant to create here on this planet. I want to suggest to you today that you live in a thought world within a thought universe. You live in a thought world within a thought universe is what I want to suggest to you today. I love this from Buddha. I always have this. This isn't just for the audience. I love this quote from Buddha. You become what you think, you attract what you feel, and you create what you imagine. Those are your thoughts. When you have that thought in your mind, it is not just a 3D thought, my fellow brothers and sisters. When you have a thought in your mind, there's a firework that goes off up in the 5th dimension or above. And when that dust and that smoke settles from that dust, from that firework, from your thought, you see the faint outline of what you're thinking about. A new car, a new bicycle, a better grade in school, a significant other, someone to love, better health, better mental wellness, whatever it is, starts with one thought. One of the happiest days of my life, I thought that thoughts came in, I'm getting a thought, okay, a thought's a thought when it comes in. The day when you can identify a thought that comes into you from your conscious mind versus a thought that comes into you from your subconscious mind. That's what all the masters and everyone at PSSM is teaching you, is meditation. People come up to you all the time, Pappy, first one thing, I don't understand what you're talking about. It's the first time I heard about this, but if you turn me on to one thing, Pappy, it is how powerful my subconscious mind is. You've turned me on to how powerful this is. How do I access it? 2 times in a day, you are naturally right next to your subconscious mind. 2 times every day. right when you very first wake up in the morning and right before you very first go to sleep at night, those 2 times. Now, what's PSSM Global teaching, which is why I love my wonderful brothers and sisters here, meditation is the best way to have access to your subconscious mind during the course of the day. You look at successful CEOs, athletes all the way across the board, and listen to them talk about meditation. You're getting your conscious mind, which I call your stinking thinking. Dolores Cannon called our conscious mind Mr. Stupid. Now, that's Dolores Cannon. She was a genius. Said, that's Mr. Stupid. Get that out of the way. Get access to this rich treasure in your subconscious mind. I have a simple image for what it looks like for your subconscious mind. The manifesting law of attraction, like attracts like. You are a magnet, my fellow brothers and sisters. Be very careful on the words that you speak. Be very careful on the words that you hear. Words carry meaning, equally or of greater importance. Words carry vibration. Words carry frequency. I'm going to show you in a second how powerful that is. I try to make this as simple as possible. Think it and create it. Apply emotion to it. Give gratitude. Take action on it. Hold it and enjoy it. It starts in your thoughts, and the secret sauce in your life is your emotions and your feelings. I can guarantee you, I give very few guarantees, but I can guarantee you, my fellow brothers and sisters, whatever you really want, whatever you really want, you feel that emotion even from me, I don't even know what I'm thinking, whatever you really want, you are going to get. I can guarantee that. Whatever you really don't want, you're going to get that as well. You're thinking the thought, you're applying your emotion. Emotion is the secret sauce. That is what delivers it to you. So what am I talking about? You think it and you create it. That's what Buddha said. Buddha said you'll become what you think. That's exactly, we're all talking the same language. You will attract what you feel. Vibrations coming out of all of us. We're all in an energy field within the field of consciousness. We are all connected. We're connected to trees, plants, grass, every living thing. Everything on earth is vibrating. You can look at a piece of metal up here on the stage or a piece of concrete, put that under a microscope, it's vibrating. This entire universe is vibrating, is full of energy. Some of it's moving slower than others. Then gratitude. I heard the master who was teaching the class the other morning mention a number of words I didn't hear, and I heard gratitude a number of times. What the universe loves, my fellow brothers and sisters, when you give gratitude for something that you as of yet, right now, do not hold in your hand in this 3D world. You give gratitude for that in advance, and I will guarantee you glorious, wonderful things will happen. It's one of the few things that the universe loves you so much that if you give gratitude for something, when you give gratitude, you are literally at the same vibration as abundance. So you want abundance, health, wealth, love, happiness, relationships, spirituality. You get at that level, and you will have abundance in your life if you give gratitude for that ahead of time. You will pull that into you like a magnet. I'll quote a lot of intelligent people. They'll say, yeah, Papi, whatever, I did okay in school. I played football. You know, I was younger. I used to like to hit people. We ran into people all day long playing football in high school and college. But what did Albert Einstein say? He said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. If any of you ever heard the comment where spirituality meets science, you get to the very top of everything on the science side of the world, of the universe. You get to the very top from spirituality, and you look at each other up there. That's how the Creator created all this. You can get there either way. You get these geniuses I'll show you all the time. I talk about Albert Einstein, one of the smartest people to walk planet Earth the last 200 years. This is physics. It must meet that vibration, that frequency. Your thoughts harness and direct energy. So what did I say a little bit ago? For decades, I thought when I had a thought, it was just a thought. I said, that's just a thought. My fellow brothers and sisters, I'm offering suggestions. The suggestions are when you have a thought, you have harnessed and gathered energy. And that's what this whole entire universe is about. Like a cowboy movie, you got a lasso and you lassoed it. Like a nature movie, when they're getting butterflies with a big net, you grab that energy in that net. And now when you gather that energy, it's inside of you. What do you do with it? Well, when you have a thought, you're doing something with it. You have a thought, you gather that energy, and you've directed it somewhere. Remember how powerful I said you are earlier. Be very, very, very careful where you direct that energy. Energy directs matter, and matter creates things. The spirituality community knew this decades and decades ago, and the scientists are just starting to figure this out now. Hey, this energy and then it layers on top of each other in waves, and then that creates things. This is how everything was created since the dawn of time, since the universe was created. This is exactly how it happened. Your thoughts harness and direct energy. Energy directs matter, and matter creates things. I'll quote, if someone were to say, Papi, do you think there's anyone out there in the last couple hundred years who was smarter than Albert Einstein? My first thing I would come up with is Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla figured out over 100 years ago how to provide free electricity to all of us. He figured out things you can't even imagine, the breakthroughs that he had. He cracked this code over 100 years ago. Nikola Tesla was walking out of a building, and a gentleman came up to him and says, Mr. Tesla, I think you're the smartest person on earth. Can you please tell me what you think I need to do? What's most important for me to be successful here on planet Earth and to succeed and be as successful as I possibly can? And Nikola Tesla told the gentleman, he said, sir, if you want to be as successful as possible, you need to understand three things. This is the smartest person on earth, arguably. You need to understand three things: energy, vibration, and frequencies. Buddha said you will attract what you feel. What was Buddha talking about? You think a thought up over your head. You focus on it. Remember what I told you. Emotions and feelings are the magic. That's the magic sauce. It comes down into you once you start to have emotions and feelings. That vibration is flowing out of your subconscious mind. It's flowing out of your body. You will attract. I communicated with Patri and Madhavi and everyone way before we ever had a verbal, physical conversation. The way we're communicating right now, there's air coming across my vocal cords. The entire universe does not communicate this way. We live in a non-verbal, non-linguistic universe. Everything's telepathic. Everything's telepathic. You're communicating more than you could ever imagine before you even say a word. The vibration is coming out of you. The vibration that's coming out of you. Nikola Tesla's figured this out ages ago. Again, your thoughts create emotions and feelings. These emotions, feelings create vibrations, and these create frequencies. This is the language of the universe, as I was just describing to you a second ago. I'll just have a real quick one here. Dr. Emoto, everything in the universe is in a state of vibration. If you can make a note of him, Dr. Emoto, E-M-O-T-O. Go home and look it up on Google. Go home and look it up. Dr. Emoto he started with a very simple research. He was in his house. He had 2 pitchers of water in 2 glass containers. He walked up to the water every day. There was a pitcher and a pitcher. He walked up to the first pitcher every day and he said, I love you. I love you. He went to the next pitcher of water and said, I hate you. I hate you. He's talking to water. He froze that water, and go online, look him up and see what water looks like if you tell it you love it every day. What did I say earlier? We live in an energy field within a field of consciousness. This water holds consciousness. When you go for a walk in the park, you're not the only entity there. Trees recognize you. They are conscious that you are walking by them. Plants, everything green, rabbits, they understand exactly what's going on. They're a lot smarter in nature than we are. Just go take a look at Dr. Emoto. So you say, Papi, you seem to be the kind of guy that has like a purpose or has a message. What's your message? My message, my fellow brothers and sisters, is that your body is comprised of 3/4 water, 75%. If you ever want to go look up someone else, look up Neville Goddard, Goddard. He said you can manifest anything that you want to in life with self-talk, and then you apply some emotions and feelings to it. By self-talk, just by what you tell yourself all day long, you can manifest anything you can imagine. You can say, Papi, well, I'm not sure, like this is going, where are you going at with here? Because I got so many things in my life. I would not. You're saying, Papi, I got all this power and I can manifest anything I can imagine. Where's all this coming from? What's going on with it? I mean, you said take my grades, Papi. I gave myself my grades. My grades, I'm not too happy with these things. Average human being has 60,000 thoughts per day, up to 60,000. 80% are negative, 90% are recurring. To make the math easy, for every 5 thoughts that our fellow brothers and sisters are having, 4 are negative. And we wonder why we have so much negativity in our life. Now, thank goodness for Source being all-knowing, all-guiding, all-loving, and love is the key word. That's the most important law in this entire universe. Source says, I'm going to give you a lot more weight for your positive thoughts than for your negative thoughts. If they were equal weighted, we'd never have a chance. But that's what I'm here for, to get, I believe in every person in this room. I believe in you 100%. I believe you can get 1% better, and that's all it takes, a little tiny bit. This is about changing your life into a manifesting lifestyle, and you are on what I would call a manifesting journey through your life. You're on a manifesting journey. I'll talk about secrets on the time. I want to make sure they gave me the special inside cue, so I want to make sure I stay on time, so I may just skip over a couple. But I wanted to share with you 3 secrets today, and the first is absolutely the most important, because a lot of people don't talk about this for some reason. It befuddled me. This was a real sticking point that made it hard for me to manifest anything I could imagine. I finally cracked this code years ago. I became 100% confident. I manifested everything in my life. I became 100% confident that I did it all through the law of attraction. And from that day forward, I swore I would share the secret with every fellow brother and sister of mine for the rest of my life, as long as I'm processing oxygen on this planet. So the rules of the game: intentions, actions, and gratitude. You'll hear me talk a lot about gratitude. It's something that you can start to do today. You don't need to read manifesting books or law of attraction or anything. You can start to give genuine gratitude. And that's a pretty good check. It's a pretty good internal check. You go home, you say, "This is Papi, I'm going to try giving some gratitude." And you're going to feel maybe uncomfortable, or it's awkward, or you stop doing it after a few seconds. There you go, my fellow brothers and sisters. You got a little tell. You got some feedback there. Can you honestly, genuinely do this? Can you honestly go home and look around whatever room you're at and give gratitude for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 things in that room? And not just the object, would just say, give gratitude for that. It's a little thing. Maybe it costs $5, but maybe your parents spent their hard-earned money taking you on vacation somewhere, and maybe it was even a stay vacation. Maybe you didn't even leave the city, but they took what they had, their hard-earned labor, work. They took their money, and they took you to a stay vacation. I met a gentleman at the hotel. He was having a great time. He was there with his significant other woman this morning. I'm talking to him. That's what he was doing. He's having a staycation. He says, "Papi, so all I got is enough money to stay for one night. I live in Los Angeles," and he's staying at the Hilton Garden Inns where I'm staying at. Can you be happy for that? Give gratitude for that. The game of life. You, my fellow brothers and sisters, if I can only impress one thing on it, that you and I are in a game of life. Us and our 8 billion fellow plus brothers and sisters, we are in a game of life. And in order to succeed at any game, you have to understand the rules. Big picture, not to overwhelm, but I just put these here just to go through them and take a look. The number one law, as I mentioned earlier, is the law of love. The law of love is the only law that fulfills all other laws. People say, "Papi, why do we come here to earth?" All I do is offer you suggestions, but I can offer you some real good ones. You come, my fellow brothers and sisters, first and foremost to love yourself. And it's not narcissistic. When you wake up one day and you understand how much power you have and how many gifts you've been given, that you have a perfect spirit, perfect spiritual DNA, perfect spiritual spark, that you have been given free will. A lot of planets throughout this entire universe, you don't get free will. This is very special here. You get free will. You got perfection across the board. You've got these superpowers inside of you. You are an eternal, ethereal, spiritual being. And I say, I always put myself out of the way. Forget about Papi. What did Buddha say? We'll go back to Buddha. I talk about him all the time. Buddha said, I can recount 550 lives that I spent here on earth. I reached out to Ancient Ascended Master Council and said, that is the most phenomenal thing I could ever imagine, 550 lives. And Ancient Ascended Master Council said, Papi, that's not even half of it. Buddha spent more than 550 lives in other dimensions, other densities, and other planes. I say HOF, you hear me say Hall of Fame, that's Hall of Fame. Buddha, Krishna, Vishnu, Yeshua. I say Jesus, when he walked on planet Earth, they didn't call him Jesus. He was called Yeshua. Look at these laws, the law of balance. Everything's in balance. This universe is perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced. Masculine, feminine, 50-50. 50-50 across the board. The law of energy. What did I say? This entire universe is all about energy. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. My fellow brothers and sisters, everything on earth, all the important things, energy, matter, life, your life, my life, when you incarnate and come back, it flows into form, through form, and back out of form. It's not destroyed. This whole universe was created 13, 14 billion years ago. It was created then. There's not any more energy created or destroyed. The wonderful people in the front row here, the amount of distance between me and any of my fellow brothers and sisters in the front row is enough energy to create an entire universe. And I'm dead serious about that. That's how powerful this universe is. The energy that's between us, this living, original, formless, thinking substance, is that powerful. There's enough energy between us to create an entire another universe. Law of divine oneness, the law of increase. Thank goodness this universe was set up under law of increase. The Creator said 13, 14 billion years ago, we're all together. Creator said one day, I am curious. Let's grow. Let's go out and increase. We come here to further express, expand, increase, and grow. And that is what we're doing. That's the co-creation relationship we have with Source. The law of increase, the law of correspondence, one of the most important. As above, so below. Your subconscious mind is reflecting what it's reflecting up. That's what you're getting back in your life. The law of abundance, the law of belief, the law of faith, the ones we recognize, the law of vibration, the law of attraction. These universal laws, my fellow brothers and sisters, you can say, Papi, I don't care about these universal laws. That's okay. You can say you don't care about gravity, you don't care about the law of gravity. That doesn't change it. It's working 24/7, 365. Gravity's working. I've never met anyone in my entire life, and I know a lot of smart people who could write an equation to write out the equation for these universal laws for any of these. Nobody can write out an equation for gravity. It is. Believe me, you do a little bit of research. Taking action. What in some movies that you may recognize, there was a secret movie back about 25 years ago. It turned a lot of people on, but it was about thinking and applying emotion, but they didn't spend any time on taking action. I carry I call it a Vega coin, V-E-G-G-A, Papi Mindset Coach Vega coin. Visualize with emotion your goal in gratitude and take action. Action's up there. It's one of the top 4 or 5 variables. We get to take action. And if you're taking action, if you're mumbling and grumbling, it's not going to work. It's about high emotions. You put out low emotions, you're going to attract low things back to you. High emotions, efficient, inspired, joyful action. I talk about different ones. Maya Angelou, she's on the table of humanity as well. I love her quote, and I try to remember it every day. Even with all of this, if you understand all of this, you still cannot manifest anything you can imagine if you don't ask. You have to ask. You have to ask for this to be able to deliver it unto you. Maya Angelou, a great, she passed away a number of years ago, but a great, wonderful sister of ours. Your intentions, I teach affirmations, intentions, and prayers. And to oversimplify it, it's all about what you think and the emotion that you apply to it. I would just caution our fellow brothers and sisters, the universe reminds me all the time, says, Papi, you got to talk to your brothers and sisters, because when most of them are performing some type of prayer, they are thinking a thought, and remember I said that's what starts this whole chain reaction, and they're applying emotion to it, and it's negative emotion. Do not pray in negative emotions. Do not think negative thoughts and pray in negative emotions, or you're going to attract more of that into your life. Be positive. Have that faith in it. The kingdom of God lives within inside all of us. Intentions are so powerful. I would just mention one thing about starting with your intentions, that you need to win your day, my fellow brothers and sisters, to be successful. To win your day, there's a very high correlation to winning your morning. To win your morning, when do you win that? You win that, I call it your waking ritual, from when you very first wake up in the morning. No TV, no screens, no smartphone, no contact with the outside world. You start your affirmation or your prayer or your intentions when you're lying in bed, when you very first, I told you, you're right next to your subconscious mind. I am so happy and grateful now. Today is the greatest day of my life. I'm so happy and grateful now. I've created a masterpiece today. I'm so happy and grateful now. Today is the most magnificent day of my entire life. My fellow brothers and sisters, when you communicate with the universe, with Source, there is only the present. This entire universe is eternally grounded in the present. And I say, put your elbows right up against your body and right here. You just stay right here. Always keep your head where your feet are at. You go ask anybody, even ask your spouse, your partner, ask anybody you know, you ask a child, anybody, what are you thinking of right now? I'm thinking about somebody that did me dirty, did me wrong 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. I'm worried about some bill or something in the future. You will not manifest, and you can imagine, if you're looking at the past and you're complaining and moaning and groaning and griping about it, I guarantee you will never manifest anything you could imagine. Also, you will never manifest anything you can imagine if you're looking over here to the future. If you're fearful, if you're worried, if you've got anxiety, you will not manifest anything you could imagine. You'll continue to have more in your life. Gratitude, that's the get out of jail free card. I mentioned that. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Use gratitude to your side. As Adam said earlier, this torch has been passed down from Andrew Carnegie to Napoleon Hill to Earl Nightingale to Bob Proctor. My book is Manifest Anything You Can Imagine. With all due respect, Think and Grow Rich, this book that Andrew Carnegie told Napoleon Hill everything that he knew. Napoleon Hill wrote this book. It's been sold. Over 100 million of our fellow brothers and sisters have purchased this book. Over 300 million of our fellow brothers and sisters have read this book. That's a lot of subconscious minds being drawn to something. why I am on earth for the rest of my life. That was the last 100 years. This is the next 100 years. And I don't say that with any degree of ego or narcissism or anything. This is updating everything. That's what I'm here for. I'm the torch bearer. This torch has been passed to me. Hopefully it's been passed to a lot of other people as well. But manifest anything you can imagine. This is for the next 100 years for our brothers and sisters to step into their true selves and be able to manifest what they're allowed to. I have one quote from Andrew Carnegie, who started all this with my lineage, with my genealogy, so to speak. Any idea you hold in your mind is either feared or revered. What did I show with that magnet earlier? Positive or negative, either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate physical forms available. He came here with a shirt on his back from Scotland without a penny. He's one of the 5 most successful entrepreneurs in the history of the United States, where the most successful entrepreneurs have come from. He handed the torch to Napoleon Hill. Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. You see these people. This is Albert Einstein, Professor Dr. Emoto, Nikola Tesla, athletes, CEOs, all these geniuses, wrote books that 100 million people purchased that book. They're all talking about the same thing. I got a quote at the end. I can't stand it. I can't wait. I'm going to share it with you now. Albert Einstein was walking out of a presentation. He's walking out of a presentation, and a woman comes up to him. She says, "Mr. Einstein, I think you are the smartest person on earth." And he said, "Well, thank you very much, ma'am." She said, "I think you're the smartest person on earth, and I'm the mother of 2 children. And I want my children to be as successful as possible. There's nothing on earth I love as much as my children. I love them more than anything. What advice can you give me, Mr. Einstein, that I can share with my children to make them as intelligent and as smart as possible?" What did Albert Einstein say? He said, "Ma'am, if you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be very intelligent, read them a lot of fairy tales." What is Albert Einstein talking about? Spirituality at the highest point, science at the highest point. What's up there when he's talking about imagination? That's where your thoughts are at, my brothers and sisters. That's where your thoughts are at. That's what Albert Einstein is talking about. Your thoughts generate all this. Use your imagination. You can create anything. If you think it in your mind with the emotions of that of your inner child, you can hold it in your hand. If you can think it in your mind with the emotions of that of a child, take a look at a child on Christmas morning or on the morning of their birthday. If you can capture that emotion of your inner child, that's the secret sauce. Your thoughts combined with your emotions is what creates everything. I have a simple image of your mind because this is the most important image. I've never seen any image in my entire life that's more important than this. When I ask most of my brothers and sisters, "What do you think your mind is?" they'll say, "Oh, Papi, I think it's my brain." Well, your brain's no more of your mind as than your nose or your toes are. Your mind is your conscious mind working in harmony with your subconscious mind, working in harmony with your body. Now, some of these are major topics. I mentioned my 28-day course. I have a whole lesson on this, and I've got points, a little bit of homework to do, things to study, etc., a summary for it. So these are a lot of major concepts, but this is one day in my 28-day course just talking about your mind. So you think up above your head, above your conscious mind. You identify a want, it comes into your conscious mind. Then the magic happens if you apply your emotions. You apply your emotions to your want, to your goal, and that deposits us down into the rich treasure of your subconscious mind. And that's where the magic happens. Once it gets in your subconscious mind, these glorious high vibrations are coming out of it, and now they're flowing down out through your body. And you are speaking, my fellow brothers and sisters, you're speaking louder than you could ever talk with your voice, and your fellow brothers and sisters are picking up on it. They're picking up on it. Human beings, our fellow brothers and sisters, want to be around other fellow brothers and sisters who are emitting a high vibration. They don't want to be around a low vibration. Have any of you ever been around someone who's putting out a low vibration? It may be as little as 5 minutes you can spend with that individual. You walk out of that room and you're wiped out. They're like, "What just happened to me? I got no energy. I talked to them for 5 minutes. I'm wiped out." They're putting out a super low energy. They need energy to survive. They're going to take your energy. They're going to take your energy off you, and you're going to walk out, and it may take you a half a day or full day to recover from one short conversation. Trying to advance here, sir. I'm not sure if our technology broke a link here for a second. Yes, I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to put this on it. Here we go. Reset her. There we go. Yeah, in the flow. A lovely, lovely day, lovely day. lovely day, lovely day, another day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. I love the IT. I love these geniuses. Another day, lovely day, 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 another day, another day, another day, lovely day, another day, another day, another day, lovely day, another day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. We can just wing it. We're okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go, we'll go freestyle. We're okay. Yeah, let's go freestyle. So what I want to share, my fellow brothers and sisters, what I was setting you up for was, on that stick figure, you could say, Pappy, where do things go wrong? Now your conscious mind on top, the top half of that circle. So think if I draw a big circle around my head like this, with a line through the middle, put a C here for conscious, SC here for subconscious, and a small circle here for my body. My conscious mind, or stinking thinking, that's your thinking mind. Your subconscious mind is your feeling mind. That's the one women are naturally better at. Women, step into your superpower. It's called women's intuition for a reason, because your genius is at accessing the most important thing on earth, your subconscious mind. Step into your feelings, step into your intuition. It's correct. You're receiving direct messages, 100% correct from above. So our conscious mind on top, which men tend to lean into more, which leads them to screw up a lot whenever they say, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to my subconscious. I'm going to think this. I'm going to figure it out. 5% of what you create on earth is created up top in your conscious. 95% of what you create is in your subconscious. 95%, you want to access that. So this dome on top, this top half of the circle, its number one job is to protect your subconscious mind at all costs. So what's coming at you, I said in the morning, if I could spend the first hour of your day with you in the morning, I could be able to tell you if you're going to be successful or not in life. If I spent the first 30 minutes with you, if I even spent the first 5 or 10 minutes with you in the morning, you, in order to succeed, need to win your day. If you want to win your day, you better win your morning. If you want to win your morning, you better win your waking ritual when you wake up. No screens, no social media, no technology interaction. You're setting intentions. You take charge from the time you wake up. You start asking, like Maya Angelou said. You start setting intentions. You use your prayers. You use your affirmations to make this positive. I think he has up now one of my favorite slides, the magic lamp. I call it as very simply, when I was a young boy, and the first time my teacher in grade school talked about Aladdin's magic lamp, I got so excited. I said, and I just started thinking like I was obsessed with this, like 3 magic wishes. I'd want this, I want that. I'd be like, no, wait a second. No, I'd used up one of my wishes going over and over. My fellow brother says, you have a magic lamp that resides in your subconscious mind that grants you unlimited wishes. So you want to protect your magic lamp. You've got all these arrows coming at your conscious mind, and I'm suggesting to you that you literally need to say the words cancel, reject, I refuse to participate. Your subconscious mind, under universal laws, those universal laws I talked about earlier, must, under universal laws, listen to you, the king, listen to you, the queen, at whatever you instruct it to do. It must, by universal law, listen to you. And it will also, under universal law, it must listen to you if you allow any other suggestion to come in and you don't cancel or reject that. I teach a class in Kenya, and I ask the students, there's 1,300 students, there's like 50, 60, 70 every class. I ask them in the Nakuru, Kenya, I say, have any of you ever heard that you will never be successful because you were born in Kenya or because you were born in Africa? Every single hand goes up. I said, that's the last time that's ever going to happen. You will cancel or reject that now for the rest of your life. This class I'm teaching, getting started with in India, what do you think you would hear a lot of times if you were born and raised there? A lot of you know, family, relatives, etc. It's pretty rough. We're eliminating that. We're eliminating that right now. I'm going to share with you, fellow brothers and sisters. They wanted me to wrap up a little bit early. We're coming around the corner. I'm giving the okay signal. I do want to remind you again, if you see Adam, we're going to be out in the lobby. I'm Italian. I love to talk. I love to hug. Italians were huggers. I love to hug. I love to mingle. So out in the lobby, if you would like to have a picture taken, if you would like to give a short little testimonial, how this speaks to you, because I've had so many fellow brothers and sisters here say, Pappy, man, this ties into my meditation so much, etc. So we'll be out in the lobby. Adam can talk about the 28-day class that we have. Again, PSSM Global is getting one half of the proceeds, and it's a buy one, give one. That's actually the courses that I'm giving away in India, for example, in this program. So I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. This is something that I'm truly thankful for, appreciative, and grateful for this wonderful offer to come and speak in front of you and spend this weekend with you. So I thank you so much. Namaste, my fellow wonderful brothers and sisters. The spirit of me greets the spirit in you. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello. So, thank you, PJ, for this enlightening talk. Truly, we are the creators of our own reality. So now, I would like to invite Pari and Chandra sir as well to give an awesome felicitation to our guest here.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I love this. This is gorgeous. Thank you. Well, I can say that if they ask me to get off a stage early, this is the best reason why, if they're going to give you something. So this is quite a surprise. So thank you so much. That's the best reason to get me off early.
So let us all witness this awesome felicitation by Mihir and Chandra to Mr. PJ. Let's head forward to the next segment, which is a book release. So I would like to invite Ms. Pari onto the stage to have you being provided more details about awesome book releases. So now here we have Mr. PJ and Ms. Pari. So PJ will be helping us out on opening our newest book release right here, right now. So over to you guys. So I think a book is going to be up in a minute.
So PJ, we have Spiritual India and Spiritual Science magazines that run globally, that have been running since last 20 years with the wisdom of all the masters around the world, with the case studies, with everything that literature has been one of the most important thing for my father. He would correct and correct and correct until every word is perfect. So this is the New Age Spiritual Science magazine that goes around the world. And Spiritual India. You can all subscribe to it. You can also hold this. Yes. And this is the pyramid, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
I love the pyramid. Beautiful.
Yes. So, yeah, let's show this. So please subscribe. Spiritual Science, Spiritual India magazine. Right, it will come as ebook or as a print right to your home. I really like reading magazines. How many of you like reading magazines? I mean, I used to love reading, and now today not so much. But this one, a wisdom pill right in your on your coffee table. When you're having tea, coffee, imagine reading information like this. So definitely subscribe and support the organization to take this message further, and we take this book to every household around the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, we have an amazing offer for Spiritual India. So if you're interested, you're going to get one free copy. So for more details, please reach out to our tech team who can help you out with that. So try to just get a free copy, check it out. And we have Telugu as well.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, because I got some duplicate sets. Yeah, you. Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you all.
Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Hello Masters, this is the Dhyana Jagat for a Telugu reading book. This is a Telugu magazine. This is a third daughter of Patriji, Pariniti Patri, Pari Patri and a Dhyana Jagat. So Patriji started this magazine and every Telugu person should start reading this book. Lot of information, we are collecting a lot of information from the meditators, their experiences, their thoughts, everything will be in the magazine. This is a Telugu magazine. It is an online subscription also. You can subscribe, so very cheap. For 2 years is a $25. So $1 per month. Lot of information in this, and also they come up with a new technology that you can scan it, the barcode, and in audio, while you are driving also you can listen, while you are walking also you can listen, while you are gardening also you can listen, while you are cooking also you can listen. It's the latest technologies, audio books also. So you don't have to buy, you don't have to read that physical book. You can just scan the barcode and start listening that. Okay, so please subscribe this Dhyana Jagat, dhyanajagat.com. So you can go to this website and you can subscribe it. If you need a physical copy, please come and meet me. I will give you the physical copy. Thank you so much. And also, the physical copies, we have a Dhyana Jagat stall at the vendor station. You can stop by and get this book. And also, to a spiritual magazine, you can also scan that, you can the barcode, and you will get the copy of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone, that was amazing.